Hey Jessica, good progress here. I really like some of the details in your caricature and how it's coming together nicely. So just a few suggestions and observations. First of all, you might want to go in, and I actually went in another layer here, and I made a little bit of a green color, and then I really lightly painted in some green just so it has a little bit more. No, that's not enough opacity, it needs to be a little bit more than that. You know, I just paint, that's too much, but I just wanted to show you. I'm just lightly painting this to give it a little bit more pop and detail. And another thing I would suggest is I like that you're using you know, pretty much just a texture in the background, but you may want to go with an image that, you know, a background image that looks, you know, that's coming from this angle, or, you know, something like this angle. What you're using now is something like this, and it looks like, that's even a little better. It looks like the image, you're just looking straight down on it, like it's almost lying on its back on the ground. So you might want to use the same angle as the caricature, which is something, you know, something along, you know, the lines of something like that, or, you know, something like that. I mean, I would just do a, you know, that's going to be too small, but I would just do a search for, you know, grassy meadow or grass or something like that. And this isn't really even the right angle, so you really want something that's, you know, something kind of like that. You know, then you could place it over in there somewhere, and that would be fine. The next thing I would suggest is splitting up your text on each word on a different layer. Then you'll be able to really move it around in, you know, in here, and then you'll be able to add, you know, different styles. You could add, you know, different layer attributes, and even use different fonts, and really have some freedom moving them around. I would also suggest going to dafont.com and looking at some other fonts. You can actually even type the name of the caricature in there, but again, focus on legibility. But some of these fonts are pretty cool. This is in the comic one, but there's so many different ones. Curly, some of the curly ones are hard to read, so you really want to, you know, you really want to make sure that you can read it. And some of these handwritten ones look really cool, but just make sure it's a really clear font. That one's pretty cool. So yeah, and you can see there's 193 pages of this one font. So again, so if you go back into any of these, you know, each one, this had 19 pages, so there's a lot of them, and they're really easy to install. That would really personalize your caricature and move it more towards a portfolio piece. And again, I'm going to turn this off. I would focus also on really cleaning up some of the masks. I don't really look too much at it at the very moment, but I will be really going in and looking at your masks to see that you've cleaned them up. I would really make this kind of seamless from this little corn thing to right here. I would just round it off and clean it up right there. And again, you know, the yellow here. And, you know, a way to do that is just to really zoom in on it. And then you can really see what you can get rid of there. And again, see the fragments all through there. So yeah, quite a bit of cleanup that needs to get done. And, you know, just do it before you turn in your final, and that's going to probably be good enough. If you're going to use a background like this, I would not use, you know, I would not use a patterned font. I would definitely go in and, you know, keep it, I would even change the color, but I would keep it pretty plain, maybe add a stroke. You know, you can maybe add like a, you know, like sometimes an outer glow works because it doesn't look that complicated. So let's see if that even works. Turn it to normal. Opacity's way down. That's right. To make it smaller. But you know what I'm saying, just a little bit. And basically, it'll help make the text stand out a little bit more. Okay, so looking good. So we have a couple more revisions to go. Feel free to grab me on you know, Google Hangouts or IM, whatever. Okay.